Hi guys, it's Friday night and I just want to research or share this article that I researched. It's called Mathematics in Early Childhood Learning, a position of the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. And the question is, why is it important in early childhood mathematics education programs, or what is important? And young learners have an understanding, they need to have an understanding of things that are going to give them a foundation as far as later learning. So it needs to have a curriculum alignment that is thoughtful, planned, challenging, engaging, and developmentally appropriate. And developmentally appropriate means that you're going to meet those preschoolers or kindergartners where they are, maybe through play or maybe through a small group, but you're not going to really drill or direct instruct or direct teach them what to do in math as far as patterns or number sense or number lines. So incorporating it into things that you already do in the classroom. Calendar, counting milk, lunch count, attendance, things that you can naturally do in the environment to help them. So that would be developmentally appropriate. It would not be developmentally appropriate to sit a bunch of kindergartners down and do a 30-minute math lesson and give them a worksheet and teach them the way you might a second or third grader. It's also important to have an engaging and encouraging climate. So something that gets kids' attention, something that really you can use in your classroom to keep their engagement going, as far as like, how can we count these? How many is that? You know, maybe if they're playing in the house center during center's time, then you've got cookies and they might have numbers on them, and you could say, how many cookies is that? 1, 2, 3. Or how many cookies did you give me? What number is on that cookie? So things that they already do, and I think that's engaging and encouraging them to want to do math, and it kind of gives them a good self-confidence of, I do know that, I am smart, I can do math, and it's a little more fun, and I think that kind of aligns right with the developmentally appropriate aspect of it. Helping children, give them a curiosity and a motivation for learning, or an imagination. I wonder if, or if they're working in the Black Center, how many might you have? How big is that? Can we measure that? Where's our tape measure? How would we measure that? So asking those deeper, richer questions really gets kids to think and become motivated and be persistent in solving a problem. Where if we're sitting down and here's your math sheet and here's your ruler, and this is what a ruler is, a ruler measures, and you don't do it through play or some sort of fun activity or experience, it can be really difficult for them to really grasp and understand in regular terms. And it can also, all these things that we are incorporating, this article really states about the things that you can incorporate in your classroom and your curriculum, is gives them kids persistence to succeed in school beyond early childhood or beyond their preschool program. So with that information and that research, it's also important to realize that preschool programs are important. And so throughout this article, it really talks about encouraging and expanding preschool classrooms to more communities so that we can engage them and get them excited about math, which will also give them the persistence to want to pursue and do well in school. Research just shows that. And just to continue professional development, it talks a little bit about professional development and really being present as a teacher to really just hone in on what can we do in our classrooms each day. And if I don't know a skill, it's important for us to continue to learn, not beyond the degree. You know, I've got my bachelor's like 12 years ago and my master's 8 years ago, and here I am still going to class and still learning and still kind of changing things up as an educator. And I think it's just important to always be a lifelong learner and to continue to want to always do better in our classroom for our kids, for the parents of the kids that we have, and really for ourselves too, to just continue to grow professionally. And that kind of keeps us from being bored and feeling like our job is, you know, mundane or contentness. So that's kind of my article, and it really made me think about some things that I can do in my classroom to really get those kids to engage. We use creative curriculum in our classroom, and I love it. It aligns well with the standards and the assessment that we have, our early learning guidelines, our gold assessment, and it really is engaging and encouraging for kids and has a broad vocabulary for them too. So anyway, I just really enjoyed reading it, and even though it was short and sweet, it wasn't a very long article. It really gave me some really deep things to think about. So, all right, thanks.